Hello guys and welcome to another log of Digimon Pendulum Color Deep Sabers, and for today's log we have Whamon. Yeah, but now it's still Dolphmon. Like I mentioned earlier log in Dolphmon, Dolphmon's evolution path to Whamon is through Jogressing. So the usual way that you would get Dolphmon to evolve to Whamon if you only have one device is to have another compatible attribute Digimon in the backup slot. So if you see change here, that you can have another Digimon here in the backup slot that is compatible for Jogress with Dolphmon. So it could be another Dolphmon, it could be Ikakumon or anything that's compatible, and we can go through the evolution conditions later and to go to Jogress here and to choose backup. So that's if you only have one device. But fortunately for me, because I have another device, we can Jogress these two together. The advantage of Jogressing between two devices rather than Jogressing against a backup is that when you Jogress against a backup, right, the one that is in the backup slot disappears. It becomes like material, Jogress data material for your main Digimon that you're Jogressing forward. But if you're Jogressing by connecting two devices, both Digimon progress together in terms of its evolution forms. So that is an advantage of having two devices compared to just having one, right? Aside from the fact that you have more rosters and more Digimon to play with, that's the obvious. But the Jogress feature that's different between backup and Jogressing across two devices is mainly this part, the fact that they can progress together. That's why it's called Jogress, it's joint progress, right? So very interesting, that's the etymology I think of Jogress as well. So this will be an interesting one because I have in my hand Starmon from Digimon Pendulum Deep Save, Digimon Pendulum Nature Spirits. So these two Jogressing together will be great because you will see the evolution form of Starmon and it will be very obvious what's the next log I'm going to do as well. So anyway, before we continue with today's log, just have to say if you're a fan of Digimon or raising virtual pets, you have come to the right channel because I document every Digimon that I raise and upload at least twice a week. So if you're interested in such content, go ahead and wash the like and subscribe button with Whamon's tidal wave and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. Alright, let's continue with this log, but before that, I just have to say a special note. In the earlier log, previous log, I don't know why I keep actually I do know why I keep calling Dolphmon's attack Sonic Boom mistakenly, even though it's supposed to be Pulse Wave, because Sonic Boom was like the nickname that my friends and I called Dolphmon's attack because we didn't know what was the proper name, so we just called it Sonic Boom or like Sound Wave Boom or whatever that we wanted. But now we know the proper name is Pulse Wave. Yeah, so it was a mistake. But anyway, let's get down to the Jogress part of it. That's gonna be exciting. So let's see. This is it, Jogressing these two devices. Just select Jogress, select Connect, and you'll see both will progress together. Let's go. Gotta make sure that we connect it properly, otherwise one side is going to Jogress while the other don't. Oh, mismatch. That's scary. That's gonna be alright. Whoa. Okay, let's just do it proper. Alright. Yeah, make sure you connect them because if only one side Jogresses, it's gonna be a disaster. Yeah, you need both to move forward. There we have it. Whamon Perfect form. And we have Angewomon again. We've raised her before, but there's a reason why we need to raise her as well. You'll see in the subsequent log. So those who know, you know what's coming up. Now we have Whamon, and this is Whamon on the device. He's in the ocean. Let's put it into Digimon's house. I like to see it bobbing around Digimon's house. Imagine this huge, gigantic whale inside Digimon's house. Right? Does Digimon's house expand? Anyway, just jokes aside, I think we can start with its profile. Let's take a closer look at its profile. Alright, let's take a closer look at Whamon's profile. So this is Whamon. I keep pronouncing it Whamon because of the way it's spelled, but actually it's supposed to be Whamon. So case in point, let's look at etymology and origin of his name. Whamon is actually short for whale. But the Japanese way of pronouncing the word, obviously they pronounce it H-O-E-M-O-N, like Hui, but that's because, you know, that's that's a mispronunciation, honestly, because you don't call whales whale, but that's how they pronounce it. So but for us English speakers, I think if you derive from the term whale, then you should be pronouncing it Whamon. Yeah, way. Sounds a bit like W-A-Y, but yeah, Whamon, right? The H is kind of silent here. So Whamon, in this case, the Wikimon's a little bit more specific. They mentioned that Whamon, this is Whamon Perfect, not the Whamon Champion level. So technically there are two types of Whamon. The Whamon that we've encountered and documented recently on Digimon Color version 2 is Whamon Champion form. In this case, for Deep Savers, Whamon Perfect is basically Whamon at the ultimate level, right? An evolved form of Whamon. So let's look at its profile on Digimon.net. Digimon.net also makes this clarification and differentiation as well. A huge Digimon inhabiting the depths of the net ocean, representing the greatest class of giant Digimon in the digital world. Its huge size means that it cannot be processed by ordinary computers due to the sheer volume of data involved. Quick question, just a pause here. If it's so massive and cannot be processed by normal computers, how do you explain it being on a Digimon Pendulum Color? Unless you're saying that Digimon Pendulum Color is way more powerful than the massive computer. But this is just bearing in mind, this is back then in 1990s where personal computers were just starting. Back then there's a time when computers were on their mainframes and like huge cabinet-sized computers just to process a lot of data. So providing some context as to what they're talking about, huge size computers. Anyway, it is possible to confirm the existence of similar species in the area of Foul Island. Right, so this part of it is talking about the Whamon that are in champion level. Foul Island is a reference to Digimon appearing in version 1 to 5. So I think it's talking about a Whamon that appeared in version 2. But here's an error in Digimon.net, and I will point it out as an error. There's a second part of the sentence about Whamon which lives along the coast of Foul Island is superior to its kin in terms of attack strength and life force, having evolved to an ultimate form. So I think what the sentence originally is meant to say, without the error, should have been, but Whamon which lives along the coast of Folder Continent is superior to its kin in terms of attack strength and life force, having digivolved into an ultimate form. So Folder Continent is the second part of the lore. So Foul Island is referring to Digimon that appear in version 1 to 5. Folder Continent is referring to Digimon that appear in Digimon Pendulum version 1 to 5. So in this case, I think what they wanted to say is the Whamon that is in ultimate form that are found in Folder Continent are superior, right, to those that are found in Foul Island. So I think it's a typo. I think Wikimon also corrected this part of it, but the Digimon.net still has this error there. But yeah, it's supposed to refer to the fact that Folder Continent Digimon are stronger than Foul Island Digimon. This kind of reference has appeared in several Digimon profiles as well. I think Wagamon has it, and some of the other Digimon that also appears in both devices have this part of their profile. So anyway, let's continue. Its special move, Tidal Wave, causes a massive tsunami that destroys everything. So that's its profile, that's its attack. Powerful attack from Whamon. And since we're done with profile and etymology, let's look at its evolution conditions. And we do that, we have to go to humanos.com. That's my recommended go-to site for any of your evolution condition needs. Is the reason why I'm able to raise Digimon from Vital Bracelet PE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color. So if you're ever stuck trying to raise a specific Digimon, please feel free to go and check it out. It's very useful. So that should be your go-to site if you're ever stuck trying to raise a specific Digimon. In terms of Whamon's evolution condition needs, these Digimon can evolve into Whamon. You can evolve from Brukamon, which is what we saw at the start of the log. Dolphmon. Dolphmon can evolve to Whamon by Jogressing with a vaccine or data. In fact, maybe just clarify here, Whamon's only way of obtaining it through the Deep Saber device is through Jogress. You have to use Rukamon to Jogress, or Ikakumon to Jogress, or Sidramon to Jogress, or Silamon to Jogress. So those are your only options, those 4 Digimon. There's no way to naturally evolve to Whamon, which is why I had to use another device to Jogress with my Dolphmon earlier in part of the log that you saw. That was awesome. I always like a Jogress sequence. It's so cool. So yeah, that's how you get Whamon, only through Jogressing, right? So that's how you get clarity. Imagine if you didn't have the evolution guide, you have no idea how to get Whamon no matter what kind of Digimon you raise, right? Dolphmon would have evolved naturally into Itsudemo instead if you went with the conventional evolution condition to evolve champion to ultimate. So Whamon is special in that sense, right? Similar to certain ultimate level in the nature spirits device that we have documented earlier. So that's it for evolution conditions. Whamon back down the original device on Digimon Pendulum was really cool as well. It was funny to see that a champion level Digimon in Foul Island suddenly became an ultimate level, and my friends and I were surprised the first time we did a Jogress. I'm like, what is Whamon doing here? Because he's like a champion level in version 2, how come he's an ultimate level here? So it was quite surprising, it was quite funny, but it's cool to acknowledge that Whamon is really quite powerful and has been upgraded in terms of class to an ultimate level Digimon. But that's because those are the Whamons that are found on the folder continent. Yeah, that's the lore and how they explain it anyway. So that's Whamon's evolution conditions. Since we are done with profile and evolution conditions, let's take a closer look at its sprite, shall we? Alright, and here we have Whamon. Whamon looks great. This is so nostalgic. You've seen it before. Honestly, this is not like a unfamiliar sprite, because we have just seen Whamon on another device, Digimon Digital Monsters version 2, the one that's Digimon Color, right? Digimon Color version 2 does have Whamon as well, but Whamon's sprite does look slightly different in that device. So in that device, Whamon is just a champion form. This is, as mentioned in the profile part of it, this is Whamon that's in a perfect form. Sprite wise, when you look at it in its static form, it doesn't look different when it's just not moving, but the moment you see it's happy and its angry animation, I think they put in the effort to make the sprite look slightly different, so that's good. You can see that angry animation, it looks really angry the way it's baring its teeth. Yeah, so that I don't think was in the Digimon version 2 Whamon. So let's see what other kinds of animations it has, right? So seems right that it lacks one protein. Let's give it a piece of protein here. Whamon is hungry, and that eating animation is cute, really cute. So back then on the original device in Digimon Pendulum Deep Savers, when we do get Whamon as a perfect form, it was a mix of nostalgia plus a bit of a, back then it was a bit of a disappointment, because we were just doing trial and error, and it was very often that we would try between vaccine and data, and vaccine, and we will end up with, you know, vaccine, and we will be like, oh man, this guy again, just like, you know, our Tortamon and Tortamon in nature spirits, when we Jogress into its perfect form. Jagamon, you'll also be like slightly disappointed as well. So, but it was also pleasant to see a familiar face, because we are like, hey, isn't this like Whamon from version 2? But now Whamon seems to be an ultimate form, so it's like a lot stronger. And what also makes us excited is the training animation. So let's look at this training, this attack sprite, and you know what I mean. So let's get it to red. Look at that wave. Look at that wave. If I recall correctly, in version 2 back then, Whamon's attack is supposed to be a needle, like just a pointed needle. Interestingly, in our Digimon Color version 2, they decided to change the attack sprite to a wave form. So it's kind of like a current, like the tidal wave, you know, the name of Whamon's attack. So I guess they were already foreshadowing, or like maybe just creating it for the sake of future consistency between Digimon Color version 2 and Digimon Pendulum Color version 2, to have both Whamon attacking with the same attack sprite, right? But on the original Digimon version 2, what I recall is that Whamon shoots out needles, just like A-Dramon, E-Dramon, just like C-Dramon and that series, right? Those that shoots out needles, not wave. But Digimon Pendulum Color and in Digimon version 2 Color, they decided to update it, right? give it an updated attack sprite. And of course, in Digimon Pendulum Color, it needs to be a tidal wave because the original Digimon Pendulum version 2 back in the 1990s already has that tidal wave. Of course, that tidal wave is not unfamiliar. It is the same as your wave that's washing the poop. So children being children back then, we were like, oh, you know, it's attack. Is it the same one that's used to wash the poop? So yeah, we had very lame sense of humor back then. Anyway, you saw the angry animation, that was nice. I want to see the happy animation again, it's just so nice. And there's no need to battle. Oh, we need to battle, so we do need to do some battles. Yes, because the way to evolve from Whamon to Marine Angimon is the typical ultimate level to mega level requirements. 15 battles and 80% win ratio. So let's get down to it. Let's do some battles since Whamon needs it. Whamon Perfect form, let's go! Up against Gomamon, I think it stands a good chance. Let's go! Right, tidal wave, gone. Gomamon, it's ultimate against Rookie. Vaccine against Vaccine, so no type disadvantage there, but clearly an evolution advantage. But still, you miss. Come on, you're born from a traded egg and a shaken egg. You have everything going for you, man. Alright, good job there. As you can see, I'm still slightly under the weather. Shakomon, vaccine against virus. No problem there. That's expected. Easy victory here. Let's just skip ahead. I'm very sure you will win. Now this is a tricky one and maybe I'll just give it a shot, but I don't know why I'm doing this. Vaccine against Data is a disadvantage. It's ultimate against Rookie, but it is a boss, which means that we have some form of handicap here. So it's a risk I'm running here that he might lose to Crabmon. But looks like he's doing well. Second round will determine the winner. Very nice. And Whamon won decisively. Good job, you didn't disappoint. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, let's take a look at its evening sky. This is it in the evening sky. Whamon. Give it a piece of meat. Whamon says, no, I'm full. I don't want to eat anything. And let's see, sleeping animation as well. This is its sleeping animation. Very cute. It's just bobbing up and down. Once again, similar to the issue with Dolphmon, they have blowholes. So are they supposed to be sleeping at the bottom of the ocean? But I recall reading something about them, you know, being able to sleep at the bottom, but when it needs air, it will float up to the top, get some more air, and then sleep again. So maybe that's what it's depicting. I may be mistaken. I'm not well read about dolphins and whales. So anyway, but it looks cute nonetheless. Whamon sleeping. That's his sleeping animation, and that's it. That's it for today's log for Whamon. If you haven't already, please go ahead and blast the like and subscribe button with Whamon's tidal wave. It's on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. I document every Digimon that I raise and I upload at least twice a week. I have vlogs for Vital Bracelet BE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color. So please feel free to check them out. The playlists are right here. Otherwise, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!